This is Mrs. Anthony, and you're listening to the Escape Pod cast. This show was recorded in front of a live studio audience. Thank you for all the support you've shown us during these last few months.
One is a territory war specialist from Australia. The other is a territory battle tactician from the U.S. Together, there are no signs of intelligent life on board. But with over a combined 45 years of entertainment under their belts, the one thing we are sure of is that you will be entertained. The CFH Network presents the Escape Pod cast, a weekly show about the mobile game Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Live from the network studios of Yavin 4, here are your hosts, Scotty McLaren and Paul Anthony.
Coming up on this week's edition of the Escape Pod cast, Scotty doesn't like relics and answers Paul's optimism about them with his own take. The state of the galaxy is announced. Is it strong? We break down the Q&A and have a few questions ourselves. The Nev is in trouble. What happened to the storyteller? What is holding our interest in these slow times? What else are we playing besides Galaxy of Heroes? And I, the legend maker, Hynsey, am your guest host this week with Scotty and Paul on the Escape Pod cast.
The Escape Pod cast news.
All right, first things first, I am not here for a week. I get the flu and already we've got a relic that's already impostering me. What's going on? Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Escape Pod cast with our very, very special guest host, Hynsey. Hello, mate. Welcome to the show.
Hello, Scotty. How are you, my friend?
Very well,
lovely,
mate.
Lovely to be here. Thank you for putting up with me already.
And hello to Paul as well.
It's a very, very action-packed show today.
It sure is, man. It sure is. Paul is with us as well. Hello, Paul. And welcome again, man. Great job last week, brother, all on your own. And, mate, I've got to say, big thank you to you, man. Well done.
Well, thank you, Scotty. You know, the main thing was just making sure the show went on. And real quick, to kind of explain why Mrs. Anthony opened up the show this week. Today, for our West Coast listeners in the U.S., is Kristi and I's 11th year anniversary.
Aw, happy anniversary, guys. Hope you have a great anniversary. Yeah, well done. Well done. And, yeah, look, I tell you guys, it's been, outside of all of this, you know, look, it's been a busy couple of weeks inside Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. And, look, I thought we might start off with the developer Q&A, which came out just yesterday. And some interesting tidbits that were thrown in there. Looks like vehicles have kind of been confirmed, guys.
Yeah, I did see the vehicles obviously pop up, so we'll obviously get the AT walkers and all the rollout features. So they are obviously adding some more content, no doubt, as far as tunes and characters. So it should be interesting to see how that plays out, certainly.
Hey, look, Paul, what do you think, man?
You know, I'm on the fence. I mean, we've already seen how much ships have been put on the back burner. Do we really think that if they're going to put out, you know, vehicles and things like that, are we actually going to see something that's viable, that will have a purpose other than just being a little niche piece of content yet again?
Not sure, boys. Not sure. But, you know, look, for mine, I think that it's going to be quite interesting. I mean, hey, heck, who doesn't want to, you know, bring in an ATST to blast the hell out of Darth Revan? Who doesn't want to do that? You know, for mine, I think that would be a bit of fun. You know, but I'd like to see, you know, look, knowing the developers, man, they'll probably do The Last Jedi on us, man. And, you know, Darth Revan will just sit there and do the old shoulder touch, you know. Hey, didn't touch me. Didn't touch me. But, you know, I'd be the person that'd be sitting there firing at it going, more, more, more.
But then we would need to have, you know, we'd have to have the whole, you know, Jedi recluse Mark Hamill version of, or not, well, of course, all of them are Mark Hamill versions, but, you know, we'd have to have the Outcast, you know, Force Ghost version.
Yeah, we need that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Hermit Hamel. We would
Hermit
definitely
Hamel.
need one of those, no doubt.
Oh, I like it, Hynesy. But look, we will get back more into some more on the Q&A very, very soon. But there was some things that we wanted to tackle this week, and that was, of course, the relics. We've had more information come out about it. Look, for mine, Paul, you did a great job last week explaining it. But look, you know what? Here's my take on the whole thing, and I want to just get straight into it. Let's just buckle down, boys, because here comes Scotty's rant. Look, I got to say that the first things first is the little Jawa that's sitting there that's going to be able to craft your pieces and stuff like that. Cool addition to the game. I like it. It should have been there for quite some time. In fact, I think that, the golden eyeballs should be able to be crafted through there, which would be fantastic because too many characters need them. But here's the big but. The relic side of things is behind another gear crunch, which in turn continues to go up and up and up and up. We got to go through gear 13 first, which is already behind a paywall with the Chirotex, and then we've got to get to the relics, which it will only be unlocked when you've got gear 13. Now that Jawa as well will only be unlocked if you've got one gear 13 character. That's how it works. Doesn't work for anyone else. So if you're a mid to low game player, you aren't about to be seeing this Jawa that's going to pop up on your screen. It's just going to be an empty space. So for mine, I think that this whole relic thing could be dangerous to the game. I think that what we're seeing is we're already seeing it. Even in Yavin 4, there is a shout out to Moljawa, who is one of the people that's leaving the game because, you know what? Look, they're over it. I'm at that point now where I'm kind of looking at the game and I'm like, you know what? I've got 124 Gear 12 characters. Do I really want to go to Gear 13? No. Do I really want to go chase relics? No. I understand it from the point of view from the developers where they say that, it means that we don't have to rework characters, so you don't have to rework Darth Maul and things like that. But that's a lazy way out. And for mine, that's a cop-out. I think let's just rework those characters. This relic system, it's going to fail. Boys?
Yeah, I'm not sure on the relics, to be honest. I'm still apprehensive on how it's all going to play out and obviously what advantage it will give. There is obviously the gear wall. The biggest concern I found, to be honest, was they announced obviously the products they'd be able to use to basically upgrade these particular relics. So obviously they've mentioned the salvage prototype and the components. They're obviously going to be used for the scrap components. They didn't mention that the Chirotex would not be involved, which obviously makes me quite concerned for the higher upgrades, to be honest. Because the Chiro, to be honest, in my opinion, is probably the new stun gun for anything above that. I have quite a few Gear 13 characters. There are quite a lot of people, obviously, that are getting the Gear 13 and are basically at that point now where they can't use any material. There's also a lot of salvage that we've got laying around for the last 2 to 3 years that are sitting there unused. There's 3,000 or 4,000 pieces of things we're getting in daily challenges that are just wasted. So if there's a way of being able to utilize that without putting too much stress on the gear that you need to bring characters to Gear 12 and Gear 13, I'm not against it. But again, we still need to see more, I guess.
Well, my question is does everything need to be monetized? That's my question.
Of course it does. Yeah, it's a mobile game. At the end of the day, it needs to be at some point, otherwise it's not viable. There is the free-to-play element, of course, and there's a lot of really great rosters out there that are free-to-play, and honestly, huge applause to you to be able to do that, because personally I just couldn't. But at the end of the day, there are people that obviously have money to burn, and they do need to capitalise on it. But again, if we've obviously gotten the Geo territory battles recently as well, the dark side. We know the light side one's coming, of course. The later phases are practically impossible to clear at the moment, even with Gear 13 characters. It's very, very difficult. Maybe these relics could be the difference between getting those extra waves to get those stars. We still don't know yet.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing.
Well, so I'm gonna jump in here. Scotty, you're talking about how people won't even see the scavenger. They're going to see the scavenger whether or not they have a Gear 13, because I saw the shard store before I had 7-star characters.
But it's in the Q&A, man, just to correct you there. It's in the Q&A. If you do not have a Gear 13 character, you will not see the Jawa.
Yeah, you won't see
So
it.
okay, that's interesting. I wonder if they're talking about you won't be able to use it by getting into the thing, because I wasn't able to use Shard Store. I got a little notification whenever I pushed on Shard Store that said you must have a 7-star character in order to use the Shard Store. So I don't see how they're going to not have this scavenger sitting there, because I'm sure people see the Grand Arena logo even on a baby account, even though they can't get into it.
Yeah, I'm sure that they do, but that's not the point. The point of the fact of the matter is that you've got to get your characters to a Gear 13 level to then paywall on top of that to get your relics on. I'm sorry, I don't know how many levels that we're looking at here, 7 or 8 or whatever. I mean, I'm sorry, boys, but you can play the devil's advocate, Paul, and I'm happy for you to disagree with me on this, man. But from my point of view, I'm representing the people that have been out there playing this game for quite some time, for 4 and a bit years. I know you have been, I know Hynsey has been, but I know that there's a lot of other people out there that are thinking the same thing, that are just like, you know what, it's a number crunch, it's a crunch killer. We haven't got any new content to test out these new relics. Yeah, we've got Dark Side Territory Battle where the tenacity's just turned up to bloody extreme. And then we've got Light Side Territory Battles. Where else are we going to be able to use these characters? We can use them in the GAC,
I
but...
think that,
where else?
I think that what's coming is what we're going to be using all this Gear 13 relic stuff for. This kind of leads into a point that I wanted to make during the show sometime, so I might as well just jump into it here. I may be okay with what the end result will be for the scavenger, right, Scotty? But when it comes to the content, that I'm a territory battles guy.
Yep.
But I think these territory battles, especially as Hynsey brought up in the last phases, it's ludicrous and it's stupid. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, look, we all enjoy the territory battle when you're our leader, Paul. We do. But here lies the issue. And the issue that we're looking at here right now, and Paul, I'll let you continue. Go.
I don't enjoy going in, and I don't know. I think I broke up there, and I apologize.
Yeah, you did, but that's okay.
I don't enjoy having to coach a group of people that know that they're going to fail at this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you get to the further phases, I agree. If you go into the battle and you're looking at possibly trying to scratch and just try and get one combat wave out of a phase, it's quite demoralizing, to be honest. When you're throwing Gear 13 Revan teams in and it's getting smashed by clones, where ours obviously are slowly improving now, but the clones that you're up against with all the high tenacity and everything else, they just absolutely one-shot destroy you. And it can be demoralizing in those last few phases for a lot of people.
Absolutely. And here lies the next thing. I mean, look, they're talking about these epic confrontations that are going to be coming our way and all these sorts of things, I shudder to think what's going to be required for the next epic confrontation. I mean, god damn, we all know, excuse my French, but seriously, that Malik event was the most ridiculous event that I've ever seen. And your characters were already at 17,500. I mean, what next? I mean, what?
The Malik event was tough.
You need your relics at Gear bloody 9 and Gear 13 characters, and you need to set your tenacity on bloody extreme just so that you can get the character? I mean, come on.
Yeah. So I've switched over. I've switched delivery methods so I can stop, end up breaking up here. So I probably now sound a little bit different, but who cares? The fact remains on this is that because of the difficulty, it's causing some of their whales to quit.
Yep.
So, this is the part where I'm a little critical of CG. because they have their higher end players quitting, because of the content that they're releasing, they need to take a look at it. Let's save speculation on what's coming next, but from what I'm fearing with what is coming next is that they did it to Urza. They're going to price people out of this game.
Yep.
Well, they already have. Certainly. I mean, a lot of people have just walked away and decided, you know what, I'm done. It's too hard to keep, on top of the wave. And it can be, certainly. A lot of people, though, obviously aren't concerned about that. They love the game and they continue to support it. I'm one of those people. But obviously there is the monetary component of it, no doubt. And if you want to stay at the top of the game, you need to put your hand in your wallet and run with it and see how far you can maximize it, make the most of it. But having a look at the way that the relics are structured and the way that you farm them, they're very similar to the way that you farm mods. I can't see, as far as the farming them, is going to be any different, to be honest, as mod farming at the moment. So if they make quite a large difference to the performance of your characters, that's going to help in PvP as well when you're going up against teams and struggling for speed. For instance, if you've got a slower Revan, if you've got a more powerful Revan, well, you might be able to break through. So again, the proof will be in the pudding, but I wouldn't throw the baby out with the bathwater just yet, from my opinion, because I mean, we need to see how it works in its entirety, in my opinion, anyway.
Well, look, I can. Sorry, Paul, I'll let you jump in a sec. I can understand your point of view there, Hynsey, but and here lies the problem too. I mean, like Paul kind of capitalized on it. You kind of did as well, and this is the problem. We've got these characters that are going to get these relics. You've got to get them to gear 13. Hey, they're behind the biotech, which is the, the golden eyeballs and stun cuffs and, stun guns and all the rest of the like of what you need to get yourself from gear 11 to gear 12. And let's not even talk about Cassian Andor as an example, who needs 3 golden eyeballs to go from gear 10 to gear 11. That's a joke. And then you have a look at the likes of, you getting them up to gear 12, and then you get them to gear 13 where you're stuck behind the Chirotex. And then on top of that, you've then got to go and pay more money to try and get the character all the way up to a certain level so that you can break through the wall and get on top of the arena meta. I mean, come on. I mean, we need something a bit different that's going to challenge us and say, you know what? Yeah, okay, I wouldn't mind getting my character to gear 13 just because I wouldn't mind beating the next raid with this character. I'd like to do that in the next raid. That's fun to me. I would like to beat the next character. I would like to gear this character up and get the ships ready and things like that so that we can go and do a Death Star raid. Hey, that's cool. I would like to do that. But at the moment, what are we doing? We're gearing up our characters, for a GAC, which is broken, an arena, which is broken, and then we've got the ships arena, which has got 98% of the meta is Millennium Falcon. I mean, we're not getting anything.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, isn't it? I agree. Yeah, no, the ships need a lot of love. The Negotiator obviously coming along might make a difference, probably not. I mean, I've seen some footage, obviously, even earlier today, that show that the Negotiator, even at 4 or 5 stars, still struggles a lot against the Akbar teams and the Millennium Falcon teams. I don't think that's the solution. Malevolence we know is coming. That we still don't know. But at the end of the day, yeah, look, we definitely need a new raid of some sort. My opinion, certainly. The Sith raid, the majority, a lot of people that have played the game for a long time, they don't auto it, but basically it's on farm. You're going for gear. It's very tough to get the top 10. The reward levels are not fantastic, below 10 to 50. So there's a lot of challenges, no doubt, certainly, of course. But I'm still reserving my judgment on the relics yet. I'm not going to sit here and just go straight away that it's going to ruin the game, because I think there's some other factors there that need to be addressed, and certainly we need new raid, no doubt.
Well, that's right.
And what it is, as I mentioned, it's mods 2.1, but instead of farming these specific pieces with a specific energy, you're using your gear, the excess gear that you have so much of, to just end up putting it back into a new character. You're adding a gear slot. So when people say it's kind of gear 14, it's gear 14 for a specific mod for the character, which you hit the nail on the head. Darth Maul doesn't need that rework because he will get balanced back into the fold because of the character specific gear.
Yeah, but see, this is the problem. This is the frustration. Why do I want to go and give my Darth Maul a gear 13? Well, I mean, he's gear 12 right now. Why do I want to take him to gear 13? Why? What am I going to use him for?
I mean, you can use them for Grand Arena Championships when you're doing it. I know
that's
you're not
broken.
Not the exact. I know you're not the happiest person with Grand Arena Championships, but it has added a better balance, with the exception of whenever I run into the 1 speed faster Basti, as somebody said in the loading dock before we go in. It all comes down to finding a way to thin the top of the cake rather than just adding a dollop of sour cream.
Okay, well, I'm going to add the sour cream right now because I know we were going to save this for a bit later, but bugger it, I'm going to do it now because Hynsey was talking about it before with the Negotiator. Okay, so I've worked it out, guys. I've done some math, and I like that Paul likes doing math, and he likes to do these sorts of things. So
now, let me pull out the calculator.
Yep.
We know
Okay, so you're looking at...
we know he loves his spreadsheets.
Okay, so a lot of people right now are currently hoarding their guild event currency 2 with the Negotiator because a lot of people are thinking like me, where the malevolence is going to be the character shards. It's going to be in along with what you got with the light side, with the dark side territory battle. It just makes sense that the ship for the malevolence is going to go into the light side territory battle, which will then be activated in the GEC currency. That's the way I view it. Now, if you look at it right now in terms of the Negotiator, right, you will need 89,100 GEC currency to get 330 blueprints of that and said Negotiator. That's what you need right now. Now, Paul, I've done a little bit of math and I've had a look at our thing. So therefore, we're at something like 28.6 or something like that. That's what we are at. Yep. So we're about halfway there. Well, just a little bit close to being able to unlock this damn thing, right? So, in terms of that, at 89,100 GEC2 currency, right, you're looking at, for 2,700 for 10 blueprints, right? For 2,700 of that currency, for 10 blueprints, you're looking at needing something along the lines of around about 10 refreshes if you said get that 89,100 GEC2 currency. Right? That's to get that...
upon average. Yes, upon average.
Yeah. So, on top of that, if you start thinking about it and you start thinking, okay, cool, so I'm going to get this, I'm going to need that, so I'm going to start doing my refreshes, right? So you get 2x50. This is with your crystals now. 2x50 refresh, 2x100 refresh, 2x200 refresh, 2x400 refresh, 2x800 refresh. You're tapped out. That's over 3,000 crystals for essentially 110 blueprints if one was going to be panic farming for this particular ship. Now,
panic farming the same day.
Yeah, that's right, the same day. You'd be then looking
Correct.
at well
That's
over
the thing.
10,000 crystals just on refreshes for this 7-star ship.
Yeah, but that's if you want to hedge your bets, though. At the end of the day, for instance, I'm not using any crystal refreshes at all for mine. I'm going after the Negotiator. I do believe it'll be an effective fleet ship, no doubt. Whether it's meta-defining or not, we obviously don't know that. However, I have been farming it from the start and only farming it with the GET2 tokens. That's all I've spent it on. I've spent it on nothing else. I'll have it unlocked in 2 TBs from now. I'm very fortunate to do that. My guilds work very, very hard to do that and to achieve that. But obviously, if you want to hedge your bet, so to speak, and then hope that Malevolence is going to be better than the Negotiator, well, that's your decision to do that. And if you want to spend crystals to panic farm it quickly, by all means, go for it. But And I'm not spending those crystal refreshes. I'm going after it now. You know, when it ticks over and I have them, I'm getting it. So everyone to their own. If you want to hedge your bets, go for it.
Well, see, this is this is why I think that, you know, you're probably better off to hold on to it. You know, get close enough.
And some are, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of my guys are basically, they've decided that that if you want to go after the Negotiator, they're going after it now. If people want to hold their tokens, by all means do that and hope for the Malevolence to be more powerful than Negotiator later on and possibly a meta-defining fleet. But it's completely their decision. You know, no one's ordering anyone to do anything, but a lot of guys that have already started getting Negotiator shards are basically decided, right, let's go all in on this, and hopefully it's an advantage at some point down the track.
All right, well, guys, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll come back with more on the state of the galaxy and the road ahead in just a tick.
Hey, everyone. It is the heartthrob of the Outer Rim, your boy Urs, and you are listening to the Escape Pod Cast with Paul Anthony and Scotty McLaren. Boys, I think I speak for all of us when I say you are hot, you are red hot.
Micaeus Modding Mayhem is the premier remodding service for the game that we all love, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. With some of the most affordable rates in the industry, Micaeus will rebuild your roster from top to bottom and give you consultation on where to go from there. Micaeus has a 100% satisfaction guarantee and lots of useful additional services, including a full cleanup of your mods, loadout pages, PvP plans, and more. Contact Micaeus today on Discord at all lowercase Micaeus number 0127. That's MIKAYAS number 0127, or at micaeusmods@gmail.com. Micaeus Modding Mayhem, the official remodding service of the Escape Pod Cast.
Hey there, Escape Podawans. Everyone's favorite llama here to remind you that the Escape Pod Cast is on social media. That's right, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter. So give us a like, give us a follow, and stay up to date on all things in-game and in the Escape Pod. Our account links are down in the description or on our Discord server in the Show Links channel. See you on the net.
Hey everyone, Biscuit Weasel here from the planet Coruscant and the HSTR project. Some of you may have seen my latest videos about my modding and Grand Arena strategy, but I want to help you personally. Head on over to patreon.com/biscuitweasel, that's Weasel with a Z, and check out my new Patreon rewards. And while they last, the first 10 people to sign up at the $10 level will get the whole $30 package for their first month. That's patreon.com/biscuitweasel. Remember, that's with a Z. Today.
The Escape Pod Cast with Scotty McLaren and Paul Anthony.
Yeah, and welcome back to the Escape Pod Cast with Scotty, Paul, and our special guest Hynsey for today. Now, fellas, we got the State of the Galaxy earlier this week, which was released by the developers. But one of the big things that I actually drew out of that is that we won't be seeing another Road Ahead blog until November. And what comes out the month later? The Rise of Skywalker. So for mine, I feel as if that what we're going to be seeing is that that'll probably wrap up the Clone Wars content around the end of October. Boys, what do you think?
Yeah, look, I agree. I mean, at the end of the day, it's quite a strange State of the Galaxy with a few different things. Is the light side territory battle coming out reasonably soon, in your opinion, Paul? Or what are your thoughts with that? I kind of read that it's not coming out until November, but maybe that's just me.
Yeah, I think it's going to drop in November. I think we're going to get one more State of the Galaxy with the way that it was said. As far as that goes, you know, where was it? You already know that light side territory battles will be our next major piece of content alongside new ships and characters coming. So we are going to save this for November.
Yeah, I read that as well. So at the end of the day, obviously, yeah, we're leading into another major movie, Rise of Skywalker. So at the end of the day, from there on in, I'm expecting a lot of content from that movie, no doubt. I've got a lot of information. Obviously, that they were pretty heavy on the Grand Arena Championships and explanations of following up on cheating and a few other options as well. Can I give a quick shout out to my man McMole as well? He's back on deck again.
Yes.
Welcome back, McMole. We've missed you.
Yeah, the free McMole. Free McMole. He's alive. He's free.
He is free. He is free as a bird, and we're all happy to see him back. I personally believe he shouldn't have gone, but we won't go there. We'll leave that alone.
Molly.
We love him.
Yes, obviously, Grand Arena Championships, they've learned a ton, which is good because so have we. Obviously, they want to improve their messaging on a lot of aspects of Grand Arena Championships. I picked up the inter-guild matches as something very interesting.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to being able to take on some of my guys in my guild if I can. There's going to be a lot of competition if that's the case, and there's going to be a lot of bragging rights if someone knocks me off, to be honest. So that's something that I think would be pretty exciting.
Hynesy, before you go on, man, like I felt the same way because, you know, like you've been in the Yavin, you've had a look, and, you know, like I'm currently on top when it comes to GP. So I feel the same way. The guys in Yavin would be dying to knock me off.
Well, you'd have to do another Zeta bet. We know how good you go with those. So at the end of the day, probably not a good idea if we go there or not, to be honest. But at the end of the day, they obviously focused on a lot of the cheating as well and new detection tools. They've perma-banned a heck of a lot of people now, which they weren't before, which I'm personally quite in favour of. You know, they've obviously knocked off, 4 times the amount of as many people before, 96% perma-ban. Well, that's a pretty good result because we want to knock this out. We want to knock this out on the head if we can. The battle reports, they look like they're maybe outsourcing the battle reports.
Yeah.
I found that amazing. I don't care how they do it. I don't care what they use to do it. It needs to happen one way or another, whether it's through a third party or whether they do it in game. I don't care. Well, but at the end, they set up the system to do that, so make it happen.
Yeah.
So Hynsey, I took that, and it certainly is something that I'm looking forward to for a future show because I want to get Swagga.gg's domain master on this show as soon as possible. Once we know how far down the rabbit hole this goes, the swogh.gg website has been such a tool for a lot of people. Now, I use the API directly that Bill helped, alleviate all the stuff that was .gg was being used for. But
he's still a bit shitty, though, Paul.
Yes, exactly. But that's it.
Not
by name though. They referenced it even in the Q&A, which we're about to get to here, that .gg is going to be getting a lot more information that not necessarily the API would be getting. So it's kind of like they're showing a little bit of favoritism towards a tool that a lot of people use, but that tool has become a little bit more of a pay-to-use tool, while help is not. And that's the only thing that I worry about, is that they're paying a third-party person to aggregate data for your Grand Arena Championships if you want that information. I don't think that EA is going to be too happy with Capital Games when it comes to that, if it does get put behind a paywall, if you will, yet another paywall, but that is not directly getting money to them.
Well, I got an idea. And this is a bit out there, but, Electronic Arts is a big company. And I'm going to say this, that what if CG and Electronic Arts just bought out GG?
That would be a great idea. Absolutely. They could do it, whether they want to do it, whether that's in their wheelhouse to be a major focus, who knows? But there's always that option. That would be fantastic. If they owned it, they could add their own content and do whatever they like to do, or hire those people that know what they're doing to produce that as a side project instead of integrating it into their own workload that they currently have. But again, I'm still tentative on actually how much information and battle reports are going to come out, to .gg anyway in the first place. Again, speaking to a lot of people are still apprehensive about the information that they are going to get, if at all, to be honest. So, I'll wait and see what happens on that one as to whether the information will even flow through or not to credit, but it needs to happen. Please, it needs to happen.
Yeah, I agree. And you know what? I've actually found as well, like, since these player base that have been known to cheat, since that has occurred, and Bulldog, look, man, may you forever rest in peace. I know that you are still creating great content as well, so go give him a like and subscribe, guys. Look, I know that since the whole Bulldog Gate saga, things have been a lot more calm in the GAC. I don't know about you boys. Yes, it has to an extent. Yeah. Yeah, like where I'm coming up against a 4.2 million player, for example. I'm 5.1. That's not fair to them. I'll feel sorry for you in that aspect.
You're beating up on them.
Yeah, exactly. But in saying that, previously a 3.9 million account could beat my account, and that ain't right. There's something going on here,
Yeah.
And
yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm now going into Grand Arena now with the perception that it is, dare you say, cleaner than it was before. And whether it is or not, I'm not sure, but the perception's there that it seems to be a lot more settled. People have been called out for doing it, and obviously once it's been exposed that it was happening at all, whether that actually stopped a lot of people from using it or made them aware, hang on a minute, maybe I shouldn't be doing this because the risk is there. A major focus has been placed on the cheating, and I think that that's a good thing. No one wants it. We invest time, effort, and money into our rosters. We want them to be performing to the best of their ability, not someone going to download a program to beat you.
I agree.
That's really good.
I agree. But from the, low to mid-tier player level, right, we're talking from top end. So Hynesy, myself, and Paul, we are talking from the top end of town, basically. That's where we are. But someone like the Nev has found issues with this, where people, in the mid to low tiers are still getting placed in groups after joining. They're not getting placed in groups after joining. It's still becoming a bit of a problem for them. And I'm just paraphrasing what Nev's told us in the listener lounge, but I know that he's had this problem. And that is a problem for mid to low tier players. They're not getting the full enjoyment out of the GAC. So maybe.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
That maybe.
You've got to have the toys.
Yeah.
You've got to have the toys to play that level. At the end of the day, the low to mid tier ranges, obviously, it's quite difficult, and you can get different matchups. What are your thoughts, Paul? Do you think that the matchmaking is as good or better? It can be improved. What are your thoughts on that side of things?
Well, I'm not sure where Paul went, but
I'm sorry, I muted because I was typing and all that stuff. So I'm not so happy about matchmaking. Still, there's still much more room to go, as they touched on in the Q&A, but it has improved. I only got matched up with one of the, oh my gosh, how am I going to beat this types of matchups in this GAC, in this round. I should have won my first match, and how that would have panned out in the end, I still don't know. But I'm not as bothered by it, but I still think that there's some room to go, especially once they do, and sorry to bring it up again, Scotty, once they do release relics. How are they going to factor in relics?
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. be interesting to see how that plays out with how matchmaking goes when Relics come out. Scotty's a massive fan of Relics, as we know, so it'll be really, really interesting to see how that all plays out and how the matchups work then.
And then you look
and then I'm now going into
see what I mean about
grand arena. Sorry.
So do you see what I mean now about the game in that area being broken? They've just started to try and fix what they've got. They want to start releasing 3v3 into guild sort of stuff and all that sort of stuff. That's great. But how are they going to fit all that in when the algorithm's got to then put in relics, gear 13, things like that? I mean, I'll just tear my hair out.
I think Scotty's on the planet Crate. I think he's got a lot of sock going on today. He's not happy, is he? Not one bit.
So let's go ahead and jump into the Q&A since we're now touching on it, and we might as well tackle it in the same exact order that they put this out there. So they started with the general questions. One of the things that I loved is, will they ever add Lego Star Wars characters to SWAGA? I mean, it's just characters that we have in the game. I don't see any difference between Lego characters.
So as soon as you take out
people call tunes.
As soon as you take out a character, suddenly the coins drop on the bottom of the floor of the arena.
You get a couple of the Lego buttons just roll across the floor there. Once it's done, they follow the line. Absolutely. I did like the Q&A. I did find it quite funny how they put the photo up actually with the proof that they have more than one laptop. That actually did make me chuckle, to be honest, because there's been a few jokes had at them and a couple of cracks at them about that for sure. The swearing filter's staying on.
It's on their website. It's on their website. Hynsey, just quickly.
That's great.
Hynsey, it's on their website, man. They say on their website, Capital Games, that they have to share the one computer. And that's why when they got the photo of them all with all these different computers.
I think of the movie Zoolander when they're all jumping around the desk. Yeah. Like Abe's just jumping up and down, smashing it to see if it works or not. But that's just me. Don't know if anyone else is thinking like that. But everyone to their own.
Well, so they also asked the age-old question: will we ever be able to spend galactic war tokens and other currencies in weekly shipments again? It goes along the same lines as them adding other things to older stores. They continue to say no, and to use to use it to buy shard shop tokens,
which gives you no golden eyeballs.
Which doesn't give you golden eyeballs. you and golden eyeballs is like me and stun guns, brother.
I hate them.
Everyone's got their problems. We all have them. What about the new loading screen, boys? We're getting a new loading screen soon, I believe, as well.
New loading screen. I wonder if that it's certainly going to be a fun thing. Somebody asked if we'll ever get a PC version of SWAGA. Yes, it's called BlueStacks.
Yeah, it is BlueStacks. Yes, I use that as well. It already exists. Absolutely. And one you'd be really, really happy about, Paul. There's a new puzzle incoming. I think Crumb's put the teaser out there of a new puzzle on the way at some point soon.
Yeah, it certainly is. I'm surprised it didn't drop tonight on one of the nights when I'm on a weird schedule anyway. So I'm kind of glad it didn't drop tonight. But here's one of the ones that really interested me from the general section. Are using modding services where an expert logs into your account to help against the terms of service, and if so, is the punishment a permaban? And one of them chimed in saying, yes, this is against the terms of service and can result in punishment up to and including a permanent ban. They recommend using, once again, this is where they plugged .gg and other methods that don't involve other people directly accessing your account. So, it's interesting that they did. Do you remember the Carrie tweet about where somebody asked about this, but then she instantly came about and said, but I would trust this certain person with going into my account.
Yeah.
I think she's used him before, hasn't she? Hasn't she used a modding service herself? Yeah, she had as well.
You know, they have.
Shout out to Mikhail
That's them towing the company line. It truly is them towing the company line, where it is against terms of service. Now,
no,
there is dangers to allowing other people to access your account. We all know this, right? Everybody collectively listening to the show right now. Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Now,
couldn't agree more.
If it's people that you trust, this can also be said about having somebody log in and doing your 600 while you're on vacation in Japan or something like that. This could pertain to a lot of people that are selling their accounts. That's absolutely against the terms of service, but it still happens. It all comes down to you are protecting your own account. Plus, when you give somebody your iTunes login, hi, they have access to your credit card. Hi, they have access to your home information. It's all about trust when it comes to this stuff. If you're going to hire a service to do something for you, you have to make sure that they are a reputable service.
That's right. And on that note, shout out to Mikhail Modding Mayhem.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Mikhail Modding Mayhem. If you want to get your account remodded, get in touch with Mikhail because he is definitely the man to do it. Because look, I'm not going to lie. Paul, you're not going to lie. Mikhail has done...
Not that we condone that because it's against the terms of service.
Whatever. Look, Mikhail has done my account. So shout out to Mikhail. Go get Mikhail. Look, seriously. I mean, come on. I mean, the guy knows his stuff. And look, I know that Carrie used another guy that we have had associations with before in a bloke that, claims that he's a mod father. That's fine. Pimpo. So I know that she's used him. I know that, look, gosh, Crumb and the other guys, I'm sure that they've used modding services of some description down the line in third-party services. I'm certain of it. So, come on. I mean, yeah, okay. It goes against the terms of service, when it becomes problematic when people are cheating the game. That's the only thing I can see.
Correct. It gives them the option to ban if they want to. It doesn't necessarily mean they're going to. Having said that, if you obviously look at improving your roster, for sure, Mikhail is brilliant at what he does. He is a genius, and so is Pimpo and a lot of these other people out there. I've seen it secondhand. I know quite a few of them as well. They do a fantastic job with organising your mods and helping get the most out of your roster, no doubt. It comes down to at the end of the day, if you want to take the chance, like anything, then do it. I've never condoned those services. I'm not saying that you should or shouldn't do it. But they are fantastic at what they do, and the knowledge that they have are fantastic.
Well, here's the thing.
I'd highly endorse that.
Here's the thing. It's not. I don't think it's going against the terms of service for the point of view that, look, it's no different to if you were actually in your own account and you were looking at your mods and you decided to use all those different things that these guys have at their fingertips, right? That these professionals do have at their fingertips. It's no different to that. If you were to decide to say, you know what, I'm going to do it all myself and I'm going to remod the entire thing, it's no different. I mean, they're not rigging your account so that you suddenly get, 40 ridiculous, ludicrous speed on any given mod. They're not doing that, because that's not something that they do. It's...
I'm going to point this out to you. It's the same... To me, it is the same as if I walked into, if I went to somebody's house and I said, here, play my game for me while I go out back and grill. If anybody's finger touches your game while you're logged in and it's not your finger, then apparently you've broken terms of service.
Well, at the end of the day, just think about it this way, guys. Little brother's always got Luigi when you played Nintendo. Simple as that.
I think they've got bigger fish to fry, to be honest, haven't they? They've got enough on their plate to worry about than things like this, in my opinion, anyway. They have plenty to work on. I really think it's something that they shouldn't be overly focusing on. Obviously, make a point of it, but yeah, I think they were towing the legal line there officially in the Q&A, to be honest. But that's just me.
Nah, look, if you're good at something, okay, giving someone your login info is against the terms of service. Yeah, okay, I can understand that, Wicked Wally. Every game has that, but in saying that, it's not a big deal. It's like, like I say, little brothers always get Luigi. I mean, come on, moving on. And
absolutely.
Yeah. Moving on. I think we've delved into this a little bit too long, boys. The terms of service.
You probably have.
But moving on. Paul, back to you.
So, the whole the next thing that they talked about was Relics. Really quick, we covered Relics, but I hope one of the questions that I liked, I hope Wampa's Relic is a tauntaun. Every single character in the game is getting a Relic icon. The Wampas is awesome, and as soon as I'm done with the Q&A, I'm gonna go annoy our senior artists about their favorites. Update: Fulcrum, Kylo, Traya, C-3PO, Wampa. I mean, I think we can all tell. Fulcrum has the 2 lightsabers. Kylo has the mask. Traya has the 3 lightsabers. C-3PO has the red arm, even though you wouldn't recognize him.
Or the red eye. Red eye.
And General Kenobi gets the high ground. Everyone's aware.
Yes. No. But I want to get back to the Wampa. We all know what the Wampa's going to get, man. It's going to be his arm.
He'll get it back.
It's got to be his arm.
Yeah,
there's going to be a lot of arms flying around. Yeah.
It's got to be his arm.
You're going to have Luke's arm. You're going to have Wampa's arm. There's going to be arms everywhere.
Yeah, that's it. Arms.
I can't wait till we get Pondo Baba and his arm. Now,
what about
the last thing real quick as far as Relics goes is, I was happy that they said that it's going to drop at a similar rate to Mod Salvage. So it's pretty much a 1-for-1, sometimes a 1.25 for 1 from my experience for the amount of sims that are done.
Are we still talking about Relics?
You don't want the Cairo drop rates.
We're finishing up Relics.
Man, if you want to bring the Silver Fox from Crate back out again, I'm happy to come back. But
What about some Tuscan love down the track, Scotty?
Oh, mate.
There's some Tuscan love coming at some point down the track.
Look, just for Urzatron, look, okay, I've had this really, really, really bizarre theory, okay? Now, hear me out. I want to throw this out there. This has got nothing to do with Q&A. Sorry, Paul, I'm jumping all over your parade here, man, but, look, this is something that I've come up with. I reckon, now this is just a little bit of a theory crafting, but I was having a look at the characters the other day of, who hasn't been used for a legendary event yet. Because every character has got their little purpose of what's going on. Now, I actually thought that an epic confrontation for Jabba the Hutt would be perfect, where you've got the 5 Jawas and 2 more Tuskens to come to the game. Let's keep Urzatron happy. 5 Tuskens to get Jabba the Hutt. Hey, everyone's a winner. It's the Battle of Tatooine.
I mean,
I tell you, I want to give a quick shout out as well to J-Lox Jedi. He's got all these Tuskens at Gear 13 at the moment, so some people just want to see the world burn. Just the way it rolls.
No. I wonder what the Tuskens would get. We'd have to ask Urza. We'll have to get Urza back on and find out what the Tuskens get, because that'd be hilarious.
He would be the one to ask. He would be the one to ask.
So they then talked about Grand Arena Championships, talking about the stuff that we did talk about as well momentarily ago. They mentioned, are we going to get 3v3? Are we going to get any of that? They did say ships and 3v3 may be coming back. But one of the big things is when our territory war bonus is coming back, and they said not anytime soon. They did divide the community. They didn't have much impact. I think they had a lot of impact because there were some people that had really, really geared up non-meta characters. And I think that's why they're not bringing it back, is because non-meta teams kind of ruled the roost in that situation.
Yeah, and that's what made it
wasn't, and it
fun.
Was the spenders that got upset.
That's what made Territory Wars fun. It's not fun now.
Oh, it's funny. Look, at the end of the day, I like Territory Wars as it is. The loaded ones were crazy when you're getting mace chopping people's heads off and all sorts of things, which we do again in Territory Wars now. It happens in Territory Battles, sorry. But yeah, look, at the loaded ones were very interesting. There was a lot of theory crafting. You needed to know what would work and what wouldn't. But yeah, look, there was a bit of love back then, but a lot of the loaded teams are obviously been getting reworks anyway. The clones were loaded, well, they've been reworked, so there's no point doing that anymore. There's only a few marginal teams now that you could probably load, with enough impact that would be different to make it fun.
True.
When it comes to Territory Wars, personally, I really like battling with your guildmates. That's the thing for me. Everyone has their own loves, and some people hate Territory Wars and Territory Battles and love GAC. That's fantastic. I love the unity of a Territory War when you win with your 50 guildmates and you've come from behind and you've won by 3 banners or whatever it is. I really enjoyed that feeling, that sensation, and leading the charge personally with Territory Wars. But everyone has their own loves in this game, which obviously they cater as much as possible.
Yeah, look, I love Territory Wars. I think it's awesome, but I want to throw, but yeah, I want more. I want something that's going to, entice me to start theory crafting again. That's why I'm gearing up characters to Gear 12. God damn it, I want to use them, and But look, I digress. I want to talk about something else, boys, and that is. Look, if we go back through this Q&A, yeah, there's a couple of things in there that weren't in that Carrie interview that we did just recently. But you can go back. I recommend you to go back and have a listen to that and then read through the Q&A of what the developers have all come out with. Carrie mentioned that there was going to be some forms of vehicles that they were looking at doing. Carrie talked about a number of other little things that they were looking at doing. She also confirmed that Hondo Anaka is coming to the game. Remember this, Paul? Remember when she did that?
She did, yes. And she confirmed that he'd be coming to the game. She didn't say when. And that, all good. We need Hondo.
Light side territory Hondo. Battle shards where you fight the thing that's equal to the accolade, Hondo Anaka. Bam.
But does that mean he's going to be a light side?
No, he's neutral.
He's got to be a neutral.
He's the first neutral character. He will be
the first neutral. He would be the first neutral. Would that make you happy, Scotty?
That would make me...
Would that make you happy? They brought Hondo out, would you be happy?
That would make me very happy. And I would tell you what, it would reek if they didn't.
I see what you did there.
Oh, yes.
I just want to see what's next to.
No, look, I want Hondo. Hondo is the biggest character right now that they need to bring to the game. I don't care about General Skywalker. Yeah, that'd be fun. But let's bring Hondo. Hondo's the character. He's the one we all want in this, going nerdy. Yeah, going nerdy. No, going nerdy needs it. I'm representing my boy Thaddeus here. Thaddeus, he's wanted Hondo for ages. I'm representing him. And then after they're done with that, give us 2 new Tuskens for Urza. Let's just bring it all. This is, you know what?
Look after the boys. Look after the boys.
You know what? Bugger it. It's my birthday on October 13. CG, make things happy for me. Make things happy for all of the community. Give us all a birthday present. Make marquee characters. Of Hondo Anaka, 2 new Tuskens, I'm happy. I'll give you my bloody marquee characters, and I'll give you all of the, things that you need to try and get those relics and everything like that. I'll play the game continuously if you give us those 3.
Well, that's the thing that I'll be getting into, playing this game continuously. But since you mentioned birthdays, we do have to mention happy birthday, Tenpool.
Yes, Tenpool, happy birthday. It's always good.
Of course. Happy birthday, Tenpool. I'll put a meme up later for you, Tenpool. I haven't forgotten you, my friend. It's coming.
So, one of the things, they did talk about kicking around the neutral tag. They're still kicking them around. That was the last thing. One of the things I'm excited about is the summoning tech. Instead of summoning a character, you would summon an object.
Yeah, that's the vehicle.
Who does that make you think of?
Well, that's the vehicle, and that's where you've got Kylo Ren going, more.
No, seriously, if you summon an object, what would it be?
Biotech.
You can't think of one, can you?
No.
Not off the top of my head, no. You've got me on that one.
I'm really thinking, and Scotty, you touched on this.
Oh, Jar Jar.
Well, the Boombas. No, we're not going to do Jar Jar. I'm thinking you were dead on when we were talking off the air about Saw Gerrera.
Oh, yes, the Rogue One faction of what you need for when Cassian comes out. Yeah. Okay, I'm glad that you threw this out there to me because, look, I've actually been gearing up my Rogue One characters as I've been talking about because I'm getting excited about this Cassian Andor show, which is coming to Disney+. It's going to be released next year, and I'm trying to get the jump on it by getting my Rogue One characters up because I feel as if Saw Gerrera is going to come with that show. Paul, back to you. And those characters are going to be needed.
Yeah, well, as I joked with you, I've been giving you Forrest Whitaker eye ever since he started speculating.
That's his relic.
Forrest Whitaker's eyes.
We know Paul's waiting for the Cassian Andor show as well. We know that he can't wait for that. He's even gone out and he got the Zeta for Cassian. So at the end of the day, there's no bigger fanboy out there than Paul as far as I'm concerned. I'm sure he can't wait.
No, jackass. I have the Zeta for Bodhi Rook.
Yeah, that's right.
I had to check that in. I couldn't help myself.
And you watch,
Bodhi. Oh,
that'll be the most important Zeta. You watch. That'll be the most important Zeta to try and get yourself Saw Gerrera. You just watch. But anyway. Bodhi Rook.
Rose Tico.
Just a quick one, boys, if I can just quickly jump in. They're looking at going to sim the tank raid. Did anyone see that?
Yeah, well, they're looking into it because, it would of course be a quality of life update. We've been kicking around simming the HAAT. We'll look into it soon.
I'll just join the thing.
I will be very surprised if it comes this time around.
Yeah. Hey, what was the thing with the shield, Paul? What was it? We didn't get the answer. What was it? The summoning Saw Gerrera. Is that what you're saying? Saw Gerrera was the...
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Saw Gerrera would create turrets and traps and things like that.
Yeah, well, that could work. But you know what?
I mean, if you look at Clone Wars, if you look at Clone Wars version of Saw Gerrera, he was in Clone Wars.
Look, I gotta say, look, before we go to the break, and we're about to go to the Nev, before we go to the break, I just wanted to say one thing. Look, I have sort of been throwing a little bit of salt out there today, and I do apologize for that. But I'm just letting you guys know my feelings. And, search your feelings, you know it to be true. That's the thing. Like, I've been searching my feelings about the way that things are going with the relics. And, I got to say a big thank you to CG because they did hear me for quite some time when we first started this podcast. Padme got released. She is my darling. She is my sweetheart. She is my girl. She is the girl that I have wanted in this game since day dot, and I got her. I was happy. So, with that said, I would like to say thank you to CG for bringing Padme Amidala into the game. I'm very happy, and we got midriff Padme in the Dark Side territory battle. Happy days. Everyone's happy. And with that, we're going to go to the Nev in just a moment.
This is Cubs fan Han, and you're listening to the Escape Podcast.
Hey guys, it's the Nev here. If you want to hear more content from me, please come over to my channel. It's Nev. Simple as that. But if you're looking for me and you need to type something in the search, best put in my full name. It's Neil Andrew Eyre. You can also follow me on Twitter at PomPomtastic1, and you can find me on Discord, Nev, #9515. Hope to hear from you soon. Come on over and give me a like and a subscribe.
1, 2, 3.
Llama, what are you doing?
Well, Zed, I'm trying to count all the perks that Scotty and Paul give their Patreon supporters, but I don't think I have enough fingers.
Patreon supporters can get tons of rewards, and plans just start at $2 a month.
7. Wait, what comes after 7?
Visit patreon.com/theescapepod to sign up.
The Escape Pod. Cast. Guild Classifieds.
If you like pina coladas, being caught in the rain, how about you go and get me some champagne and join the Dark Lords of Pie. They pride themselves on being the most relaxed top 25 guild in the community. They only have one hard requirement, and that is sipping on pina coladas. Or getting in your 600 tickets, but don't let that fool you. They dominate territory battles and decimate their territory war opponents without the raised blood pressure and yelling officers! If you want to help push rewards in the new Geo Darkside territory battle, the Dark Lords of Pie is for you. They just want you to be at 4.5 plus million GP. Have 600 coins a day in your collection. I'm sure you can do that. Full participation in territory battle and territory war focused players. If this sounds good to you, drop by the Discord and say g'day. Simply search for swgoh.gg/G39390/Dark Lords of Pie, or head to our Discord channel to find out more. The Dark Lords of Pie. They don't just eat pie, they drink pina coladas as well.
Hi, I'm Timothy Zahn, author of Thrawn, and you're listening to the Escape Podcast.
Previously on the Escape Pod, Cast for Kids.
Join me next week for story time with the Dark Lord of the Sith, and together we will rule the galaxy.
Back to school. The Escape Pod, Cast for Kids. It's really cool.
Hello there, boys and girls, and welcome to the Escape Pod, Cast for Kids. With me, your Dark Lord of the Sith, Darth Vader. Now that the Nev has been vanquished by me, we can talk about what's important in the game. What's important in the game is the dark side. If you're not using Sith and Empire all the time, I will come for you, and I will destroy your chances of victory in territory wars and GAC. Let's begin with something important. Under no circumstances are you to put my allies and brethren in defense. The dark side of the Force is for offense, never defense. So let's talk about the weak and pathetic light side teams you can crush with the dark side. My master and homeboy Papa Palpatine will eat a JTR team alive. Just be sure to make sure your potency is high, so you can stun and DOT the resistance scum. If you do this, you will start to turn me to train on them that they will not recover from. My master will decimate the rebel scum squads of Phoenix Squadron and Rogue One. They are no match for the dark side of the Force, and will fall if you roll a TM train through their puny defenses. Palpatine will also defeat those squads that pose an insignificant threat, such as Ewoks and bounty hunters. Keep Bosk under control though, and do not let them trigger their contract, or you will lose banners. Let's move on to my homegirl Traya. With her acolytes Darth Sion and Darth Nihilus at her side, she is a force to be reckoned with. Under no circumstances do you put this trio of Darkside badasses on defense. Put them on offense and witness the full power of the dark side of the Force. Some teams are so weak and pathetic, you can defeat them on full auto. My grandson, Kylo Ren, will defeat a couple of teams, such as Ewoks, Bounty Hunter, and JTR, but since he is not full Sith, you will need to mod his team well. I'll give my master's old apprentice special mention, Darth Maul, as he can defeat General Veer's team, but be careful of my old general, as he will pound you into the hot snow if you are not careful.
Your reign on the Escape podcast must now come to an end, Darth. The show must return to the light.
No, this is my show now, RNGesus. The Nev will never return after I force crushed his voice.
Not quite, Darth Vader. The RNG gods saw fit to heal the Nev's voice, and he is ready to return once I have defeated you.
So be it, RNGesus. I will vanquish you just as I did the Nev.
It's over, Vader. I have the high ground.
You underestimate my power. Not again.
Be gone, Vader, and don't return.
You win this time, RNGesus. But mark my words, I will return.
You have your show again, Nev. Thank you, RNGesus. I am forever in your debt. Praying to the RNG gods is all the thanks I need. Well, I'm back, boys and girls. Did you miss me? Everything will be back to normal next week. So join me next Friday for Storytime with the Nev on the Escape Pod. Cast for Kids.
Hi, this is Cyphermaster SB Crumb, and you're listening to the Escape Pod Cast.
Micaeus Modding Mayhem is the premier remodding service for the game that we all love, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. With some of the most affordable rates in the industry, Micaeus will rebuild your roster from top to bottom and give you consultation on where to go from there. Micaeus has a 100% satisfaction guarantee and lots of useful additional services, including a full cleanup of your mods, loadout pages, PvP plans, and more. Contact Micaeus today on Discord at all lowercase Micaeus number 0127. That's MIKAYAS number 0127, or at micaeusmods@gmail.com. Micaeus Modding Mayhem, the official remodding service of the Escape Pod Cast.
Does your guild want to tap into their full potential in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes? Yeah! For as low as $1 a month per guild member, your guild can unleash the power of the game in ways you never thought possible. Ooh. Track your arena movements, guild progression, and much, much more. Contact ShittyBill and get one of his shitty bots on your server today. Just look for him on our Discord server and tag or message him for more information. The link for our server is below in the description. Shitty bots, don't let the name fool you.
Hey everyone, Biscuit Weasel here from the planet Coruscant and the HSTR project. Some of you may have seen my latest videos about my modding and Grand Arena strategy, but I want to help you personally. Head on over to patreon.com/biscuitweasel, that's Weasel with a Z, and check out my new Patreon rewards. And while they last, the first 10 people to sign up at the $10 level will get the whole $30 package for their first month. That's patreon.com/biscuitweasel. Remember, that's with a Z. Today.
The Escape Pod Cast with Scotty McLaren and Paul Anthony.
Yes, and welcome back to the Escape Pod Cast for this week. And boys, before we continue, we're actually joined by Hynsey from the ANZGC, and a big thank you to the guys from the ANZGC for giving us Hynsey for this week and letting us have him on the show, which is absolutely sensational. But boys, before we continue, I just wanted to send in a shout out to the Rural Fire Service who are out there at the moment doing their thing in Australia. These guys are our heroes every single day. A number of properties in southern Queensland and also northern New South Wales have been lost due to bushfires. It's only just gone to spring, and all of a sudden, with the drought, which is just taking a grip on this country, it's become really problematic. Homes have been lost and the like, and one of the rural bushfire service brigade himself has actually ended up in hospital, and my thoughts and prayers go out to him and his family as he was fighting these blazes just to the north of us here in Tamworth in a place called Tenterfield, which is just to the south of the Queensland border. And I just wanted to say a big shout out to the guys from the Rural Fire Service. I hope you guys are doing okay out there, and remember that all of Australia is thinking of you. All right. Now that that's said,
certainly are, absolutely. No, look, all of our emergency. Sorry, I was just going to say, all of our emergency services all over the world. Thank you for all that you do.
Yeah,
you are underrated.
We
you are the real heroes.
also have some going here in California. So fire is destructive force, and it's not to be messed with. And one of the things you could do is if you do go camping, please just make sure that you don't leave a potentially national emergency behind. Stamp out that fire.
Absolutely. So thoughts and prayers are with you, all you guys that are out there at the moment. But guys, it's time to get into our top 10, and this week's top 10 is a little bit different for certain things. Now, a lot of us, do spend a lot of time on Discord. Others decide to play other games while they're waiting for the refreshes to come up, or they're waiting for the 1 hour that they've got to do their arena climb and, the ship arena climb and things like that 1 hour window. So what else is there to do in the game when you've got those particular times? Well, there's not a lot. So sometimes we look to play other games, especially after that 9:30 p.m. Payout that you tend to get. So, boys, we've come up with an entire top 10 list of games that we play outside of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, and we thought we'd get straight into it. So, fellas, let's knuckle down and kick things off.
Let's start with llamas, because we deserve to tell people llama's list. And
let's just go through her entire.
She's talked about it on the show before.
Yeah, let's go through her entire list. Let's just do it. 10-1. Go for llama.
10-1. You ready? Here we go. Fortnite.
Number 1 to 10.
There you go. I just did that. Yeah, all 10 of her entries were Fortnite.
Fantastic. Well, Hynsey, you are our guest for this week, mate. So what are your top 10 games that you play outside of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes?
I've actually got a bit of a list of games that I'm currently playing and games that I have played in the past that I still enjoy. I have number 10, a game that I still go back to every once in a while, is the Grand Theft Auto franchise. I still enjoy that from time to time.
Nice.
Clash of Clans, of course, is my number 9. I still revisited about a couple of weeks ago. Fallout 4 was a game I thoroughly enjoyed. I've got number 7 at Star Wars Battlefront 2. The graphics in that are still insane. Take the loot boxes out would be great. I went back a little while ago and had a bit of a muck around with an old game as well, BioShock Infinite. I enjoyed the storyline. That was one of my favorite storylines of most games. I haven't dragged this one out for quite some time, to be honest. I used to go back to the old PS2 that I had and ripped out the old Metal Gear Solid. It was one that I really loved as a kid when I was a lot younger, and that was fun. I've got number 4 on the PC, Command and Conquer. Tiberium Wars was fun. Really, really loved the strategy in that.
I was more the guy who played Generals. I loved Generals more.
Yeah. I mean, the whole series, regardless of the game, I really enjoyed the whole strategy of building the team up and just absolutely annihilating the other side. That was really, really fun. At the moment, in between playing Heroes, I'm mucking around with I'm a big fan of the Breaking Bad TV shows, and there's a movie coming, but I've been playing the Breaking Bad mobile game for a bit of fun. That's been really, really good.
Yeah, that's an interesting looking game, Hynesy, because that's what you got to solve mysteries and try and help the guys out. Is that right? Something like that.
You've got the shady lawyer. You need to make some certain illegal products. You need to sell those illegal products.
Nice.
You need to take on other gangs on their turf as well to expand your empire. So just
cool.
something that's a little bit different that I've been enjoying. One of my top 2 games, I've got number 2, was the Call of Duty games. Modern Warfare 3 was a changer for me. I really, really love that game. But the number 1 game, my all-time favorite, I have an arcade machine at home right now. I still play it, Street Fighter 2.
You're joking. Have you got an arcade machine at your house?
I have an arcade machine. I will put it in the listener lounge to show everyone.
That's awesome.
I have an arcade machine with the Street Fighter 2 logos on the side. I Hadouken like crazy.
Yes. That's awesome.
My Bison will have to take on your Ryu.
That is fantastic.
I used to play Bison a lot better than Ryu, but I did love Ryu. It was just fun.
Yeah. Ryu and Ken were always good fun. That's cool. Throw it up there, Hynesy. I'm sure everyone would love to see it, man. Paul, what's in your top 10? Go for it.
Well, I'm gonna really quick give the top 10 for one of our Patreons, Sir Boss.
Oh yeah.
He said anything but Fortnite, but the rest of his list, number 9 was Merge Dragons. That seems to be a common mobile game. Mirror's Edge, Super Smash Brothers, Sims 4. I loved that. Sir Boss loves Sims 4. Kristi plays that thing to death. Kingdom Hearts 3, which I still have yet to actually start. Assassin's Creed Origins Gardenscapes, which is one of those little matchy games.
Yeah, that's cool.
Playing chess, and then God of War 4.
Wow.
That was
wow.
That was that was one. Yeah, this was mainly posed to all the big the Patreons that join the what do you call it?
The bullpen.
The bullpen.
Yeah.
And then our own Zed also included Merge Dragons, included Civ 5, Rome, Tetris. She agreed with Hynsey with Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Super Mario Brothers, the original.
Yeah.
Battlefront, Lego Star Wars games, which we're going to get into here in just a moment. Because of a recent announcement. Then we also had Assassin's Creed, any of them, and Red Dead 2. Now, for my
Red Dead Redemption 2,
list,
yes, I'll have to hook up with Zed on that one. That's a good game. Yeah.
my personal list, I included some board games in this.
Oh, here we go.
Imperial Assault is one of my all-time favorite Fantasy Flight games, and it's campaign based. They have some skirmish based, which is your standard, go to your local game store and play, but they have campaign based. And the Imperial player plays the dungeon master role, if you will. So that was one of the big draws for me, is being able to screw over the rebels as a dungeon master, Mr. Bullet came in at number 9. It's just a simple mobile game, one-click, push, let go.
I've seen the ads, yeah.
Gun.
I've seen the ads. It looks hilarious, that game. Yeah.
And then there's an old favorite. It goes back to the AOL days. A game called Slingo. There's a few different mobile versions of it. It's an excellent time waster. You mentioned going back and polishing off the PlayStation 2, Hynsey. I remember polishing off the original PlayStation and playing a game that is now on mobile called Final Fantasy Tactics. Yes, it is on mobile,
remember
and
that.
I think it's like $8, and you can play Final Fantasy Tactics on your phone. Number
cool.
6 is a game that we're all playing. all of us that frequent the loading dock. Fishing Clash. I'm actually absolutely loving this game. So I'm not playing it as much as I'd like to, but I've been very, very busy. But when sitting waiting for a doctor's appointment or whatnot, I will pull out Fishing Clash when it's not Swaga.
I got you all onto this game, man. I got you all onto this thing.
You did. And you know what? Maybe sometime we'll have the developer on for that, just to talk about Fishing Clash. That'd be great. Another game is one that has a personal connection to the Escape Pod cast, and that's Dragonvale. One of our I'm not going to out who it is unless they want to later on. But one of our listeners works on Dragonvale. It's a great game.
Yeah,
it really, truly is.
What's that available on, Paul?
Now, it is mobile, yes.
It's a mobile game, right? Cool. Dragonvale.
Yeah. So,
awesome.
Now these top 4 games, number 4 for me, I play these games with some of our listeners. If you're in our listener lounge and you have the desktop version of Discord, every once in a while, I will announce that I'm going to start streaming some of the Jackbox games. I love Jackbox party packs. And if you're in the listener lounge and you want to get notified, just go look for Jackbox Games with Paul in the Discord server. And there's a little room called Sign Up for Games. Sign up for those. I'll tag everybody when I go live. And you can literally play a game right along with me, and it's a lot of fun. Number 3 is another tabletop game by Fantasy Flight. If you like Warhammer, if you like, tabletop unit games, a game called Legion, Star Wars Legion, they're about to come out with the Separatists versus the Galactic Republic. They already have Empire versus Rebel. And if anything is said about Fantasy Flight games, we might see First Order versus Resistance. It'd be great. But I cannot wait to play General Grievous in a game of Legion. It's going to be great. Number 2 comes in with Pokemon Go.
You'll need relics.
Go ahead.
You'll need relics for Grievous.
No, you're not going to need relics. You do have to. It is a pay-to-play game because you have to buy the pieces. But you know what? I don't mind it. Pokemon Go has always been a bonding experience. Once again, happy anniversary to my wife, 11 years. Thank you very much for putting up with me for this long. But my number 1 game, and you knew this, Scotty, and mostly anybody else, because I have a room called Paul's Fallout Shelter. I love the online multiplayer game Fallout 76.
There you go. So that's Paul's top 10. We've got another page.
I was quite surprised. I didn't realize you liked
Go ahead, Hynsey.
Hynsey was just saying that he was quite surprised.
That's what I was just saying. I had no idea at all that you liked Fallout. That was really surprised.
Look, one of our other guys that help us out in here as well in the bullpen is the Sarlacc, and formerly known as Kane and Jarrus over at Korriban. Shout out to the guys at Korriban. He was his top 10. He actually came out with Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. Minecraft was in at number 9. Gary's Mod's in at number 8. The original Star Wars Battlefront from PS2's in at number 7. He claims that the first one's way better than the second one. The number 6, he's got Star Wars The Old Republic. Number 5 is Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. 4, he's got Battlefield 4. Titanfall's in at number 3. Halo Combat Evolved. Yeah, that's a great game. That's in at number 2. And at number 1, it's Rainbow Six Siege. So there you go. That's the Sarlacc's games. Now, here we go, guys. I'm going to get into my top 10, and I want to do a bit of an honourable mention here. There's actually a brand new Mario Kart game which is coming to the mobile, and I cannot wait. I say bring it on. Brand new Mario Kart game. I think it comes out next week. So definitely something to look out for. Also, honorable mentions as well go to the original Sonic the Hedgehog series, Streets of Rage. You can get all this on your mobile. Also, Super Mario Brothers. You can also play on your mobile as well, which is really cool. So just a couple of honorable mentions. Now, all of my top 10 are all to do with your phone or your iPad or perhaps even your Samsung Galaxy or whatever you're using. Here are my top 10 games, boys. Are you ready for this? These are some pretty full-on ones, man, that I've gone through for your mobile. The number 10, I highly recommend this game. If you're after a little bit of a laugh and you'll clock it pretty quickly, it'll be all over within an hour. So if you've got a doctor's appointment or something, you're waiting in the waiting room, definitely check this game out. It's called Skip Work, the escape game. Now, what it is it's basically this Asian dude, and and you've just got to try and help him get away from his boss, so that he can get out of work. It is the most hilarious game that I've played for quite some time, and it comes in at number 10 for me. Definitely a game to check out for everyone like me that doesn't like working. And at number 9, it's Mega Man Legacy. Now, what is Mega Man Legacy? I'll tell you. It's an entire pack you can get for only $6.99 in the iTunes store, and it consists of the original Mega Man game all the way up to Mega Man 7 for $6.99. I think that's great value, and I've been playing Mega Man like you wouldn't believe. It's a lot of fun. At number 8,
the best one was 3. The best one was Mega Man 3, in my opinion.
Yeah, really cool game. And at number 8, I've got San Diego Inc. Now, what is that? It's basically a knockoff of Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, and you can play it on your mobile. It's called San Diego Inc. Highly recommend this game. Absolutely hilarious, and takes me back to the old Apple iMacs. Remember the old Apples that you used to play at school? Remember those things?
Oh, that was the Apple IIe, my friend.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. It takes me back to that with the old floppy disk and everything. Now it's on your mobile. Love it. That's fantastic. And at number 7, I've got Stranger Things 3. It's basically plays out just like a Legend of Zelda sort of a game, but except it's with all your favorite Stranger Things characters, and you're trying to investigate what goes on within the entire show. So definitely well worth a look at that one. At number 6, I've got an old LucasArts game, and look, there's a couple of old LucasArts games that you can actually get on your mobile. One of them's Full Throttle, which is a lot of fun. The other one is The Day of the Tentacle. I love this game. It is so much fun. So many Star Wars references in it and everything. It is a lot of fun. It is hilarious. It's a bit like Sam and Max if you ever played that game. I've put that in there at number 6 because I'd like to bring TIE Fighter and X-Wing to the iPad. Hopefully one day, EA, if you're listening, bring those two to the iPad. That would be fantastic. At number 5, you can play this on your mobile. You can play both of these, actually. Grand Theft Auto Vice City and Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. You can play them on your mobile, which is absolutely awesome. I've got those in at number 5. At number 4, look, I wouldn't be Australian if I didn't have this in here. Australian Open Tennis. That's right. I love this tennis game. It's a lot of fun. You can play Rafael Nadal and you can knock him over. It's lots of fun. So I love that. And at number 3, it's the Big Bash cricket game. Now, I've learnt so much about the Women's Cricket League in Australia through playing this game. And I've actually found a number of girls of cricketers that I really, really adore today. And not only that, the men's cricketers as well. I know who's coming up. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that guy. I played with him in my game. Big Bash Cricket. Check it out. It is awesome. It's lots of fun. And at number 2, I've got Knights of the Old Republic, because you can play that on your iPad. And I'll recommend it on your iPad. Don't recommend it so much on your phone. It's okay, but iPad's much better because the screen's much bigger. And the number 1 game for me, well, you guessed it. It's the Fishing Clash, guys. I've got Darth Zebras addicted. I've got Nevrock addicted. I've got Paul Anthony addicted. And I've also got Hynsey addicted to this game. It is my number 1 game to play outside of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, hands down. Who doesn't want to catch a carp? Let's do it right now.
I was just having a look at the listener lounge. Scotty, Sir Boss has just popped up that he's just got a mental image of Scotty in tennis shorts. Well, I don't know about everyone else, but I'm not hungry for dinner now. I'm not hungry one bit. That's me done.
No. We wanted to jump back and talk about Lego Star Wars, but yes, we do have the Escape Pod as a fishing clash clan if anybody decides to join up. But for some reason, Scotty can't get in the clan, and it's quite hilarious.
I know. Because I'm too high. I can't get back down to that level. But anyway, it's all good. I've got to send a shout out to Infinity. He's downloading the game. Asafab is now downloading the game. Darth Seabrus has been playing Fishing Clash while he's been listening to us. So is Nevrock. Love this game. It is absolutely sensational. The developers have done a great job on it. And hey, who doesn't want fishing, man? It's pretty good.
Now, Scotty, how does this all tie back into Star Wars? And this is where this is why we talked about this. I posted an article from StarWars.com that there is going to be a Lego Star Wars Battles game that comes out.
And it's all of the series. Yeah.
Repeat that, I'm sorry.
It's all of the series. It's episodes 1 through to 9, isn't it? Of Lego Star Wars.
It's going to be 1 through 9, and all of this, it looks like a Lego reskin of a game that was great in the Star Wars, in the Star Wars lineup of games, Force Arena. It says directly in this article, collect and upgrade troops, and you have your Magma Trooper, you have Cassian Endor, you have you've got I can't exactly tell what this is on the left hand side on the top. Looks like Cad Bane without his hat, but he has a jetpack.
Wow.
But then you've also got IG-88, Droideka. You've got all these different things, and it looks to be Force Arena reskinned as Lego characters, and I'm absolutely intrigued.
Yeah, I can't wait. Like, it's coming out on what devices is it, Paul? It's coming out on everything, isn't it?
It's mobile. It's coming out on mobile.
Yeah,
I mean, it's going to be pretty much a direct competitor to Galaxy of Heroes in a way. That it says Lego Star Wars will be available in 2020 on the App Store and Google Play. But with Lego games, I haven't seen a Lego game that has been necessarily pay to win.
No.
Could this be a change, or could, as far as Lego games go, or will this be a excellent free to play game? Because a lot of people will say this Lego games are absolutely geared towards children. And of course AFOLs, which is, by the way, adult fan of Lego. Are they going to let a Lego game become a pay to win game like Force Arena was? Or are we going to see a game that we can spend when we're not doing things in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes?
I hope not. I hope it stays true. I hope it's just going to be, one of those sorts of things that, comes out. You might pay the $8 or the $12 or even, hell, the $20 to get the game. And that's it. You just play the game and you get these characters and you level them up and you do all these sorts of things and all that sort of stuff and you pay the $20. Whatever happened to those days, where you pay your money and you say, here you go, I pay the money, here's my complete game, thank you very much, and we move on.
Well, we're going to see that with Jedi Fallen Order, apparently.
Yeah, which would be good.
So I'm looking forward to that. But here's another thing, Scotty, and it has been said and it has been brought up by a listener of our show, Dagger. He has mentioned, give us something to be able to do with our characters when we're in between all these things. I wholeheartedly endorse and subscribe to that theory.
Yeah.
I have found myself going into Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes and going, what can I do right now? Oh, I don't have any energy. I've already done all my Galactic War stuff. I would like to, as he says, play with my toys. I agree with that. And I really hope that they do something to where we don't have to have these distractions from the game as much, if you will.
I agree. Hey, shout out to Infinity. He's loving the Fishing Clash game now at the moment, and Asifar just caught his first sheep's head, which is absolutely sensational. So, guys, grab that game. Lots of fun to be had with Fishing Clash if there's nothing to do in Swagger. Highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun. I'm going to get people onto this game. And you heard it here first. If you hear any other content creator go and start covering Fishing Clash, you heard it here first.
All right. Well, Scotty, with that, let's go ahead. If anybody has any questions for the three of us, Hynsey, Scotty, and I, please go ahead and throw them in chat right now. You know, be respectful. You know, we're doing what we can live right now. If you have any questions for us, throw them in the listener lounge right now. We're gonna head to our last break, come back with the bridge, and wrap this show up. Scotty, let's go ahead and push that button to get it to the next break. You're listening to the Escape Pod.
Hello, friends. This is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and you are listening to the Escape Pod.
Micaeus Modding Mayhem is the premier remodding service for the game that we all love, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. With some of the most affordable rates in the industry, Micaeus will rebuild your roster from top to bottom and give you consultation on where to go from there. Micaeus has a 100% satisfaction guarantee and lots of useful additional services, including a full cleanup of your mods, loadout pages, PvP plans, and more. Contact Micaeus today on Discord at all lowercase Micaeus number 0127. That's MIKAYAS number 0127, or at micaeusmods@gmail.com. Micaeus Modding Mayhem, the official remodding service of the Escape Pod Cast.
Hey there, Escape Podawans. Everyone's favorite llama here to remind you that the Escape Pod Cast is on social media. That's right, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter. So give us a like, give us a follow, and stay up to date on all things in-game and in the Escape Pod. Our account links are down in the description or on our Discord server in the Show Links channel. See you on the net.
Hey guys, it's the Nev here. If you want to hear more content from me, please come over to my channel. It's Nev. Simple as that. But if you're looking for me and you need to type something in the search, best put in my full name. It's Neil Andrew Eyre. You can also follow me on Twitter at PomPomtastic1, and you can find me on Discord, Nev, #9515. Hope to hear from you soon. Come on over and give me a like and a subscribe.
1, 2, 3.
Llama, what are you doing?
Well, Zed, I'm trying to count all the perks that Scotty and Paul give their Patreon supporters, but I don't think I have enough fingers.
Patreon supporters can get tons of rewards, and plans just start at $2 a month.
7. Wait, what comes after 7?
Visit patreon.com/theescapepod to sign up.
And now time for something completely shameless.
This is your favorite YouTuber's favorite Greek-American Swuggo YouTuber from the greater New York City area, whose name has 8 letters, beginning with an H and ending with an X. Wanna guess who, TC14? Come on, guess.
Horse box.
Try again.
Homeo box.
Seriously?
Horsepex.
You know what? Just forget it. I was trying to get you to say Hellenics, you dumb droid. Anyway, welcome back to the Escape Pod Cast with your hosts, Paul Anthony and Scotty McLaren. Take it away, boys. I have a droid to disassemble.
Oh, dear.
The Escape Pod Cast. The Bridge.
Oh, Sir Boss, what are the questions of the night? Question: when wearing tennis shorts, how do you prevent chafing? Well, my friend, there's an invention called 3B cream. Highly recommend it.
Talcum.
Not helping my appetite, people.
Talcum powder.
Look, we're going to go straight to the questions here. Zaz has got a good one here, and I'm going to throw it over to you boys. I don't think Zaz wants to ask me this one, so I'll read the question out on behalf of Zaz. Assuming that they use relics to upgrade legendary characters from Star Wars, which characters would you like to see become more relevant? Hynsey, we'll start with you.
More relevant. On that one. Look, I do like having fun with CLS and Han Solo, to be honest. I really enjoy those characters to play. It's really, really fun. At the end of the day, obviously, I believe everyone will focus on the meta teams, though, of course, as expected. Relics, especially the higher tier upgrades, they're not going to be easy to get your hands on. Very much like Zetamats, I think you're going to have to be conservative with what you choose. But yeah, look, I still like having fun with CLS, and I love watching Han just blow people away. That's just really fun.
Yeah, I absolutely agree that Han is a great one. CLS can pretty much handle any team if you mod him right. He has been known not consistently, but to beat a Darth Malak team. But another, Infinity hit it right on the head when he responded in the chat. I want to see Darth Maul and Savage Opress actually become more meta again.
Yeah, me too. I would too.
Yeah, some synergy there. Some synergy at least where they work really well together.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Scotty, you're part of the show. You got to answer this. If you were fully, if you drank the Kool-Aid of Relics, who do you want to see?
Padme.
There you go.
Easy question. Padme for me.
Midriff Padme?
Oh, mate, midriff Padme. Damn. Moving on. Look, Padme's mum's got it going on, as Urza says, man. It's so true. Cubs fan, huh?
Leia's mom.
Oh, Leia's mum. Yeah. So good.
It's Leia's mum.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, Darth Zebras asks, how do I catch this damn Megalodon? Talking about Fishing Clash, mate, what you need to do is you need to go and do some more 1v1 battles and get more packs, and then you'll be able to get the Megalodon. Happy days, bro. Happy days. You got him. You got this, bro. You got this. The Dagger asks, how would you feel about faction battles like in Raid Shadow Legends, where you pay an entry fee of currency and battle for upgrades? Guys, I'll throw it open to you.
I don't play it, so I'm not able to comment on exactly the entire way that it's done.
Look, I'll throw this out there.
Scotty, if you do battle for upgrades, you just have to make sure that it's not entirely pay to win. You have to see it through, that there is a way through perseverance and planning that a regular player, and that's what Swaga does get right for the most part, is that if you read the tea leaves well enough, you can succeed. I mean, we had frickin' Ender, it was Zero last week that was one of the few that got Malak the first time around and was free to play.
I know that, Marvel Strike Force does it with Blitz Force. From my understanding of Marvel Strike Force, because I've only ever played it for a little while, and then it just got too ridiculous. I put it down. I came back to it when they released the X-Men characters. I will admit that that's what I did, and had a look at it, and I just couldn't get back into it. Another game like Swagger, I just didn't want to go near. Hence why my top 10 is kind of not like that. Fishing Clash is completely different. It's fishing. But I'll say this. Look, I know where you're coming from, Dagger, with the Raid Shadow Legends, because I have checked this game out. I do know what you're talking about with the entry fee, so that you can upgrade your teams. Yeah, a bit like what the Blitz mode is in Marvel Strike Force, a little bit like that. And you know, I don't know. I think Swagger's too far down the line to bring this sort of thing into it without it then being deemed a rip-off of something else. I think that, you know, we've already kind of got that, you know, gear coming through raids. Yeah. We've kind of already got gear and leveling up.
There's a fair bit of gear coming through generally these days.
Yeah, but we need a ship raid.
Yeah, I agree. I think so too. Look, at the end of the day, I think that we need a ship raid. Definitely need a ship raid, and we need a Death Star raid. Focus on those. You will keep everybody happy. We definitely need a Death Star raid.
Yeah.
Something that obviously a lot of people have mentioned for a long, long time, and I think that would breathe a bit of life into the game, to be completely honest. It would be something that I personally would really love to sink my teeth into.
So I'm going to take Sir Boss's question here. My girlfriend said that Mace crossed over to the dark side right before he went out the window. I disagree. Which side are you guys going to take? I think that I don't. All that I think that Mace crossed when he went out the window was the windowsill.
Well, you know, Sir Boss, you know
Firstly, whatever your girlfriend said is right.
That's what I was going to say, Hynsey. You took the words out of my mouth.
Whatever your girlfriend said is right.
Yeah. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Whatever your girlfriend said is right. She's right. It doesn't matter if it's right or not. She's absolutely right, and never forget that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say, Hynsey. You ripped me off. Damn it. Great minds think alike, man. You know, but happy wife, happy life, bro. Just go with it and just know that under your breath that she's wrong.
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
Yes, that's right, ma'am. Yeah, that's right, ma'am. But you're wrong. But that's right, ma'am. They don't call him Mace Window for nothing. I love that line. Thanks, Dagger. That was a good one. Nice little zinger. All right, guys. Before we get out of here, Paul, we got a number of Patreons to thank, man. Can we mention these Patreons, please? Let's give them a big thank you.
We absolutely can. Let me pull the list back up here. I thought we were going to do one more question, so you caught me right beforehand. So fill some time for me, buddy.
Yeah, sure. No worries. How do I really feel about the relic abilities? I hate them, Neverrock. You know that. This is your line. Hynsey.
Neverrock, tell it to Kenja Club. He'll know what I mean. It's a secret injury.
The Kenja Club.
and also Scotty doesn't know. There you go. I got it for you, Scotty.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
Doesn't know. Yes. Whatever anyone says, definitely Scotty doesn't know.
Well, there we go.
All right, let's do this. We've got Tenpool. We've got Adam. We've got you know what? He may not be a current one, but he is Patreon emeritus. Danku. Thank you very much, Danku. We've got Sobi. We've got Charlie P. We've got Dano. We've got Dan Patch, who is excellent. We got Dagger. We've got David. We've got both Davids, I should say. We've got Buzzsaw. We've got E-Grace. We've got Ghost. Oh, look at this. We've got somebody named Hynsey as a Patreon. He's great.
Check him out at ANZGC.
We've got Ian. We've got John K. We've got Sir Boss. Caden is the Patreon Emeritus Junior. We've got Kurt. We've got DPK, Deadpool Kyle. Always great to have him. Michael A. We've got Ollie. We've got Tupaka. We've got Savage Diva. We've got Uber. We've got Zed, and he's the person who, other than Cubs, that pushed us to get better. The one, the only, Urzatron.
The heartthrob of the Outer Rim. Couldn't agree more. And he's been doing a pretty awesome stream today, guys. So make sure you go over and check that out with the Urz. We love the Urz. He's our boy, and he's just absolutely sensational. And also, while you're at it, if you missed out on any of the stuff that we talked about with the Q&A earlier, and there were some things that you kind of missed, check out Cubs fan Han's video on that, because it's very, very precise, to the point, and he even asked a question which got answered by the devs too. So definitely go over and have a look at Cubs fan Han. Well worth a look. Hynsey, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on the show, brother. Thanks for coming on board, man, and make sure you guys go over and check out the ANZGC.
No, thank you very much for having me. Honestly, it's been an absolute ball. Thank you for carrying me along. I've had my Padawan robes on today. I've got my little single plait in the back of my hair, and I've really been enjoying being a part of this and watching the awesomeness that you guys bring to us. So thank you from all of us, from the community. You do an awesome job. And guys, don't forget, get into the Escape Podcast server. We jump into the Listener Lounge and the loading docks, and we have a chat all the time, not necessarily about the game. We talk all types of rubbish. I'm sure the links will be in the links will be below later on, but please jump in, come and join us. We have a ball. It's really great. But no, thank you for having me.
We mainly talk about Fishing Clash in the Listener Lounge. Yeah, that's all we do.
You've been such a great thing. My wife, people on YouTube are going to look and see that there's a new hologram, if you will, up there. My wife just decided to draw you for helping special guest this show. Thank you for stepping in, just in case Scotty was unable to make the entire show. We really appreciate it so very much.
Missed it for the world. So no, obviously a lot of people will realise I have a wonderful head for radio. So thank you very much for the picture. I'm really, really love it. It's great. But no, I look forward to seeing all of you in the server at some point. Please come over, say hi. We'll have some fun.
In honor of having you on, Hynsey.
Well, just a second. Hynsy's got the best abs in the galaxy, according to his wife. So you've got to check those out.
Serious washboard action, mate. I could open a Chinese laundry with these abs. They are incredible. Oh, some people call them the eighth wonder of the world, but look, you'll just, unfortunately, a lot of people just won't get the chance to see them. Never mind.
With that being said, Hynsey, since you are the guest on the show this week, why don't you say those famous words to close out the show?
Scotty.
Yes, mate.
Push the button.
Well, who else would?
What's going on? Where the hell are we? Paris?
Thank you for pressing the self-destruct button.
Attention! This is Colonel Sanders in forward command. Abandon ship! Abandon ship! All personnel proceed to escape pod. Close down the circuits. Evacuate the city. Self-destruct mechanism has been activated. Abandon ship! Where is it? Where is it? It's gotta be here. Out of order! Even in the future, nothing works.
This ship will self-destruct in exactly 10 seconds. Counting down. 10, 9, 8, 6.
6? What happened to 7?
Just kidding. 3, 2, 1. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Hello, friends. This is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy. The Escape Podcast was filmed in front of a live studio audience full of tweaked out murder bears.
Sit, Boo Boo, sit. Good dog.